JCTV News with Skills USA Regional Award-winning anchor Ted McCord. Tanner Blevins, Sports. Katie Halsey, co-anchor. And bringing you the weather, Hannah Fitzpatrick and Jody Trimble. It's JCTV News on Channel 37.
Thank you for tuning in once again to your weekly JCTV News on Channel 37. I'm Jared Kessner, filling in this week for Caitlin Halsey.
And I'm Ted McCord. First in news this week, we'd like to remind everyone that Johnson County Schools will be out of sessions for Christmas break, December 23rd through January 2nd.
So happy.
Me too, Jedro.
We'd also like to remind all students that another semester has come to a close and grades will go home after we return from break.
Note, many application and scholarship deadlines are rapidly approaching. All seniors should stay up to date by checking their student webmail.
Well, now let's take a look at our weather forecast for this week with Hannah and Jody.
Hannah Fitzpatrick. And I'm Jody Trimble. And you're watching JCTV's Weather and Tip of the Week. Thursday, December 15th, it will be rainy with highs around 57 and lows around 37. Friday, there will be 20% chance of rain with highs around 46 and lows around 28. For Saturday, it will be partly cloudy with highs around 40. Let's hear that tip of the week, Jody.
Okay, Hannah. It's going to be a warm Christmas, so be sure to wear your sunscreen.
What a great tip, Jody.
Thanks, Hannah.
Well, that was your weather and tip of the week. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Jody. Now back to you.
Thanks, Hannah and Jody.
Now let's take a look at the JCHS Interact Club.
Hey, I'm here with Miss Haney, and we're going to talk about Miss Haney's Interact Club. Miss Haney, what exactly is the Interact Club?
The Interact Club is actually the high school branch of the Rotary Club in Paintsville, and that's a lot of business people that have either retired or still in business, and they get together and they do a lot of community service projects. So we're kind of like the high school branch, and we help them do community service, and we also do our own community service.
Okay, so is there an Interact Club in middle school? You said
There
high
is
school,
not.
right? So,
There
okay.
is not in middle school yet, but not
Okay.
that they wouldn't like to have one.
Yeah.
It does go down to 12 years old, and they are actually, this is an international. There is Interact clubs
that's
all over
good.
the world, and there is an actual site where you can go meet people that are all over the world.
Okay, do you all relate with the 4-H camp?
We really don't work with 4-H or anything. It's more actually with school projects or whatever that the Rotary Club is doing. Like there was a write-up in the paper last week about something the Rotary Club was doing. They were actually helping a family that was burned out,
Yeah.
and they were actually helping build back their home.
Okay. How did you all help? Like, did you all partake in helping them with the...
On that part, we've really not helped.
Okay.
We actually have done some things. We help them with their booth. They do a booth that helps fund projects that they do. We helped with the Apple Day booth. Several of us worked many shifts in it to help them. We also have done like the Angel Tree for our school. We also done the food drive to try to help participate in our school because we want to also help the students here.
Well, now, what did you say about the Angel? What?
The Angel Tree. I said that we done the Angel Tree from here and the food drive for the Thanksgiving and Christmas
Okay.
baskets. So.
Miss Haney, what is the Angel Tree? What?
The Angel Tree is a program that actually the Youth Service Center does each year, and what they do is they take needy kids from our high school, kids that maybe are a little less fortunate, or maybe just their parents are in a hard spot and
Yeah.
maybe can't buy as much this year. So what they do is they actually take their names and they take their sizes and things like that, and they put it on a tree. Then different organizations or people can actually take one of the angel. You don't even know the students you have. All you know is maybe the sizes, if they're a girl or a boy, and then you buy Christmas presents for them. And then
That's
you take
cool.
it back to the resource center and they give them out. So really, they never know who you are and you don't know who they are, but you know you're helping.
And it's a
that's
thought
what's
that
about.
counts, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, do you have any other like activities that you all have done outside the school?
We have done a lot of things. I'm going to tell you last year because it's still early in the school year.
Yeah.
Last year we done the Hawk Conference where we actually came up with a skit and actually went and presented it. Now that was really with the tobacco cessation from the health
Okay,
department. It
yeah.
had to do with that, where we actually made some posters that said to be tobacco free, or to quit smoking. Then we came up with the skit and actually put the skit on. Another thing that we did last year is our Interact Club actually made a video It was called Making a Difference, and it was during Child Abuse Prevention Month.
I remember you
And we
telling me about that.
actually won $250. We come in second place in the
Yeah,
state.
that's awesome.
And so the man actually came and presented from Frankfurt to one of the Rotary Millions to our Interact Club. So that was something I was real pleased with. They done a good job. They really come up with the thought of what to do for Let's Make a Difference in child abuse prevention. And I thought that was a great success.
So just about every high school in the state had participated in that, didn't they?
There was
You
several,
said,
there
yeah.
were several, and I think that the actual one that won was from way downstate, like down Lexington or Louisville, and I thought it was really
How many
good that we
schools
done
did you
it.
think actually competed?
I think it was even middle school, high school wide, so I'm
wow.
not sure exactly
And you
how
all
many
got
there was.
second
But
place?
we got
That's
second
great,
place, and I
yeah.
thought that was a real good.
Do you still have the?
We do have the video if you ever want to show it. It's
Yeah,
a really
you wanna
good.
show
Over 3 million reports of child abuse are made every year in the United States. It is estimated that a child abuse report is made every 10 seconds, and approximately 5 children die every day as a result of child abuse. It is our duty to get involved. Will you make a difference?
I'm in. We will.
We're in!
We're in.
Count me in.
We're in it to make a difference.
Hello, this is Levi Franklin with JCTV's Photoshop Tutorial of the Week. Today I'll be showing you how to replace colors in images such as this eye. Alright, now the first thing you want to do is make the background layer a layer itself. There'll be a little lock here, and you just want to click it and then press enter. The next step is to go layer to new layer. And then now you have your new layer, make sure you have it selected, and then open your brush palette like I have here. Pick a soft edge brush and pick any color you want. Right now we'll use a nice blue color. And you want to go around and just get the iris. You don't want to get the black spot or any of the white of the eye. You just want to go around and get the edges just perfectly, or else it can look kind of bad. You just want to go around something like this. Alright, now that you have your eye covered in whatever color you choose, you want to make sure you still have the layer selected and go right here above the layers. It'll say normal right now. I'm going to click down the drop box and then go all the way down to overlay. And then just like that, your eye is now blue, and you can still move it around. But now your eye is blue, and if you want to take it a few steps further, you can end up with anything like this. And that's your Photoshop tutorial of the week.
A special thanks once again to our JCTV Spotlight crew and Big Al Chandler.
Let's see what Chad and BJ have to say about some leading news stories.
I'm Chad Collins for this week's state and local news. At the Highland Plaza Apartments, a 34-year-old woman was found dead from a drug overdose. Also, parents of 3-week-old twins arrested on December 9th due to intoxication while they was watching the kids. In other news, the University of Kentucky is negotiating with the Memphis-based real estate company to take over its student housing by rebuilding and managing all UK's dorms. That does it for this week's state and local news. Now back to you, Ted.
Now let's see what John Rowland has this week for us.
Go, John, go!
Hi, John Rowland here for your international news and This Week in History. This week we are headlined by Google giving over $11.5 million to 10 organizations to help end human trafficking and modern-day slavery. And in Toronto, 60 people were arrested in a crackdown on drugs and trafficking that was reported to have reached across the country of Canada. And for This Week in History, on December the 16th, the Boston Tea Party occurred in 1773. And on December the 17th, near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, Orville and Wilbur Wright made the first successful plane flight in history in 1903. And that's all for this week. Now,
Oh, and that was very interesting. Pretty solid stuff this week in history.
We hope you join us again next week for another episode of JCTV News. Remember, we are now airing Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on Channel 37. Once again, I'm Jared Kessner.
And I'm Ted McCourt.
Remember, go Eagles.
And you stay classy, Johnson Central.